Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 1984 Chrysler LeBaron. Up front is a 2.2 liter inline 4, and down below is a 3-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this car for two reasons. First of all, this is my first opportunity to review or do a full review of the LeBaron with the Town & Country siding in this sort of format. Now, I have driven one of these before on the channel. It was actually Lee Iacocca's personal LeBaron convertible, and it looked very similar to this, but I only had about 10 to 15 minutes with that car, so I couldn't do a full video, but today I do. The second reason I'm excited is because this car was more or less featured in the film Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and so we'll be talking a little bit about that here today. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackbradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that 2.2 liter inline 4. Well, it's not actually supposed to have that engine. This is supposed to have a 2.6 liter inline 4 from Mitsubishi. Someone along the way of this car's story ripped the 2.6 liter out and put an older 2.2 liter in. It's also running off of a Volkswagen distributor, so it doesn't actually need a computer. Not sure why someone would do that, because this makes significantly less horsepower. However, the current owner has put a Weber carb onto this car to make it run actually semi-normal. Like I said, paired to it is a 3-speed automatic. That is the traditional, normal, average 3-speed that you would have found here in the LeBaron, so nothing new there. And last but not least, of course, these were front-wheel drive. How does it feel to drive the LeBaron? Well, this isn't my first LeBaron here on the channel. I did an 85 several years ago from Kevin, and so I like these cars. With the 2.2 liter, it is a dog. It is not quick. It is not agile. It's not really, I'll be honest, that fun to drive. But it is fun to drive because you put the top down, you roll it slow. You know, you're in a LeBaron, you got wood paneling, it's a sunny day. That's what I love about convertibles, is that they really do change the entire feel of the car. This is no longer, you know, a businessy coupe. This is convertible. It's a leisure mobile. And that becomes more evident the more you drive it. This is a low and slow type of car. And yeah, it looks interesting, but yeah, you ain't going nowhere too quick. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have some digital gauges. You guys know I am an absolute sucker for digital gauges. I love them, and I'm happy to see them here as well. We have this funky message center as well, telling me about the car, which I don't know about you, that ain't the shape of the LeBaron. I don't know what car that is, but it ain't a LeBaron. But I absolutely adore these. On the steering wheel, we do have the horn button as well as the Chrysler badge in the center, but that's it. And off to the left, we have our headlight switch, which is one of the few voice commands that still works on this vehicle. So some of these cars back in the era did have a voice command or a voice box that would say things like, don't forget your keys and your headlights are on. It would also tell you when the fuel is low and things like that. But these boards go bad all the time. And so I've reviewed so many K cars that were supposed to have the speak and spell in them, but didn't. And this one actually has it that works. So, all right, if I turn it off and leave the key in the ignition.
Don't forget your keys. Don't forget your keys. Your headlights are on. Your washer fluid is low.
I got it to say a third. Your washer fluid is low. You're right. It is low. So that is really, really cool and kind of one of the calling cards of the LeBarons of this era. Moving on to the door, we do have our latch to get in and out surrounded by fake wood, our mirror adjustments, and our window switches. These look kind of futuristic. Love to see these, as well as our door lock by the far back. We have this nice leather as well as this big grab handle on the door. Love to see all of that. Moving into the center, we get the radio. This is the typical Chrysler radio, nothing new here, and we do have our climate controls down below. This was an AC car, nice to see that, as well as we have our cigarette lighter. We do have a pull-out ashtray, however, we don't have any native cup holders, so the LeBaron fails the big friggin' bottle test, as I assumed it would. Then we do have the shifter. I do like the look of it. This is like so like late 70s, early 80s. I guess 84 is still early 80s technically. And I love this like fake wood paneling around it. I like how, you know, businessy it looks. We also do have the power folding top options. Now in this particular LeBaron, it does not work anymore, and the top looks like a pair of my boxers after about 3 years, full of holes and mysterious stains. So we can't put the top up here today, but this is how you should really enjoy the LeBaron anyway. We do have this big center console, which says Mark Cross, which was a brand of leather. So this is nicer, or in theory, nicer than Corinthian leather that Chrysler was using the decade before. And this was Mark Cross leather. And I actually really do like the look of it. I think the leather looks really good. Is it super premium? I'll let you be the judge, but it was a nice look nevertheless. And the seats are very, very comfortable, as one might assume. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. The nice thing about the roof being gone is that there's nothing in the way to get into the back. Seat material is the same, seat comfort is the same, however, they're not very deep, but that's okay. You're in the back of a LeBaron. Go get a smoothie, go get some ice cream, go hang out with your friends at the arcade. It's kind of what this car was good at, and it's what it's still good at. Although the seats are incredibly small, I still get an ashtray on either side. So if your 3-year-old is back here and he just learned how to talk, he can also smoke a dart. Gotta love 80s cars in that way. Let's hop into the very back. We'll take a quick look at the trunk, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, around the back of the 84 LeBaron. Peel this over to the side. There we go. And that's the trunk. Nothing really too crazy. Some old stereo equipment, it appears to be. There you go. Trunk of a LeBaron. Trunk of a LeBaron. It's kind of hard to say. Say it out loud, wherever you are. If you're out in public, say it out loud. Trunk of a LeBaron. I dare you. Double dog dare you. Say it. Trunk of a LeBaron. There you go. That's the trunk of a LeBaron. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and obviously the first thing you're gonna look at is that wood grain. Is it real? No. Chrysler didn't use real wood post the 1950s, early 1950s. The old Woody cars, which I actually had the opportunity to ride in not too long ago, they actually purchased a forest in Arkansas just to supply the wood, and the entire door was made out of wood. It wasn't wood lining on the outside of metal, it was an actual wood door and trunk. This is just pasted onto the side with a little bit of crazy glue. Not as nice for sure. In this era, it was kind of popular to bring back that wood grain from the 40s and 50s, and they did it here on the LeBaron. Kind of a signature thing because everyone knew that it was fake. I don't know anyone in the world that thinks that this wood grain on the side was actual real wood grain, and so it kind of became one of the big laughing stocks of the LeBaron, was this fake wood. It's like putting fake nails on a giraffe. Like, what are you doing? But I digress. I do like the look of the LeBaron. I've always liked the look of the LeBaron, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the 84 LeBaron? Well, I love this. It's such an iconic car, and even with that fake chintzy wood grain down the side, I enjoy it. You know, that's kind of part of this car's character. Not to say that this is basically Uncle Buck, but it is kind of Uncle Buck in a car. You know, it's got some weird quirks. It might not be politically correct. It might not act as though it should every single day of the week, but it has character. It has charm in that way. It has charm in the awkwardness. It has charm in the oddity. And that's what I love about it. That fake wood grain gives it some type of homey, charmy feel. Whether it's real or not, that's okay. And the nostalgia of this car makes me think, oh, you know, times were better then. It was great then. Cars were wonderful then. When in reality, car was junk when it rolled off the assembly line, and it's junk today. But there's something nice knowing that. It's nice to know that it's junk, to accept it at face value. Because then, once that's out in the air, once your skeletons in your closet are out in the world, there's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing holding you back when you don't have the weight of secrecy weighing down on your shoulders. you become so much more free. And you don't have to explain yourself. That's the nice thing about family. That's the nice thing about close friends. You don't have to explain yourself. This LeBaron, as weird, as funny, as poorly built as it might be, it doesn't have to explain itself. I get it, man. It's all good. And it's all love. That's what the LeBaron is. It's all love. And that's why it was so great in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, a story about understanding, about learning about someone else and not getting so wrapped up in our own lives. The LeBaron takes me back. The LeBaron tells me how to live life. And for that, I'm very grateful. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Carl for letting me borrow his LeBaron for today's video. He's been absolutely wonderful. I've reviewed so many of Carl's cars in the past. This is one of his latest ones, and I was so excited to get it to talk to you here today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.